Go check. Is it going on right now?
Yeah. That's fascinating. She knows that there's something over here, but not as immediately as you would think when she passes it. There we go.
Yay! Good girl.
Okay.
Good girl. Good job.
Might have to take your hand out of your pocket. And so this is interesting because I think she knew there was one hide out there. You know what I mean? That she had, in her mind, she was like, no, I already looked over there. There was nothing over there. Miska, wanna go check? She doesn't know anything.
It's very fun to challenge her and working on her own without me having to constantly cue her.
Yes. And I think you'll have such a huge payoff from it too.
Now she's caught it.
Yeah. You can almost see where she's like, wait, what?
Yep. Wait a
When
minute.
did that get put out there? I had looked in this area and I didn't think I came up with anything. Yeah, and that one's gone, so it also helps the dogs that like to keep getting paid again. You know, you're just like, no, you can't fall back on that one. You can't ask for payment at a no hide. And she's like, aw. I thought I had a really good way to control my handler, and it's falling apart. That girl.
Good girl. Good girl. I like this game.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
Good. She's like, oh, okay, I can keep searching.
Mm-hmm. She's like, you're playing a trick on me here.
There's some information there.
Yep, exactly. Where she's
Okay.
like, wait, is it from this?
I know, go check.
Look at how much more she got into her nose. You know what I mean? She's
Yeah.
like, oh, I
I have
cannot
to-
rely on just, yeah. She's like, man, I have to really, really work at this.
Yes,
Girl.
good girl. This is real fun, huh? You can tell she's like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, it was really, we did this in Dana's class and it was really interesting seeing the different dogs' reactions. Like
Oh, sure.
the hunting, the dogs who were really, really into the hunt, like I think Time would just be like, oh my
Right.
gosh.
There's no-
Fox really loved it. Yep.
Yay!
Good
girl.
Some of the herding dogs are a little bit like, excuse me, you can't change my game this much. Like you see this little bit of annoyance and and like, I think Lucy both liked it and also was a little annoyed by it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it was all bad or anything, but I could definitely see where she was just like, could you stop putting random hides? I thought I had solved the problem. When we also discussed for any dog who has some risk assessment to do, it's harder when it's unpredictable.
Sure.
Right, when suddenly the search area, she can't go and say, this is where everything is.
Yes, good.
Oh, where it's gonna show up next. All right, let's stop there with her. That was awesome.
Girl. Good job.
But yeah, it is interesting to see how. Maybe.
Hey,
Anyway.
not yours.
She probably told, actually do.
All right, what do you think?
That was, but that's for other.
I know, I love it, you love it. Go check.
Okay, so just one hide.
fuck for me again.
Like Fox was pretty quickly like, oh, this is clever. Lucy kept looking over at Dana like,
I hate you.
why? You're making this very complicated. So we have a lot of expectation that it's going to be on an object in the middle of the room.
Mm-hmm. So teach her to really cover her space, but in a different way.
Exactly. You know, we had a dog at the team event that someone said, oh, should I have taken him back into that corner? And I said, well, how often do you practice corners, when you're training?
Right.
How often do you put hides deep into the corner? And she said, oh, probably not that often. And I was like, okay, so start there.
Yeah.
Before we start asking about whether or not we should take a dog into a space, let's see, have we trained them to go into those spaces? Because if we haven't done that, then that's a much easier and better, more holistic place to start than the fix a flat, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. She's like, this one was frustrating. And I put all 3 tins back there. I was hoping there'd be some good odor movement back there.
I think it's going right out that door.
Probably.
She's going to have to cover her space.
Yeah, she's gonna have to actually get back there, yeah.
I am not helping. I really want her to cover her space.
I agree.
At this point of her training.
Yes.
I'm going to jackpot the crap out of
Yep,
her.
exactly.
I can tell she's deflating a little bit.
Yeah, but you can see she's getting deeper and deeper into spaces. She's not just doing the same thing over and over, that's to me a sign of frustration.
Right.
Like just keeping the same loop over and over and then going, I don't know, I'm not coming up with anything. She's getting a little deeper into different spaces each round. Yeah, that a girl.
Yeah.
And honestly, you could also look at that